Welcome back. Today, we're taking you to Japan to check out a natural wonder that has, well, not one, but four completely different personalities. It's a waterfall that literally transforms itself with every season, and its story is truly one of a kind. So let's just start with this idea. What if a waterfall wasn't just a static landmark you visit once? What if it was more like a living thing, a place you had to visit four separate times to really, truly understand it? That is the exact idea at the very heart of Fukuroda Falls. And that whole mystery is captured perfectly in its famous nickname, Yodo no Taki. It translates to the four times waterfall. And believe me, that name is the key to unlocking everything that makes this place so incredibly special. Okay, so first things first. Fukuroda Falls is an absolute beast. We're talking 120 meters high and a massive 73 meters wide. It's so impressive, in fact, that it's officially recognized as one of Japan's three great waterfalls. Its scale is just stunning, but that's really only scratching the surface. The nickname has this really cool double meaning. On the one hand, it's physical, it's literal. The water crashes down this giant rock face in four distinct, separate levels. But the more romantic, and frankly more famous explanation, comes from a legend about a great poet from the Heian period, a man named Saigyo Hoshi. He was so blown away by the sight that he declared you simply could not grasp its true beauty without visiting four times, once for every single season. So you know what? Let's take the poet's advice. We are going on a journey through the seasons to see for ourselves how one single waterfall can present four completely different yet equally amazing faces to the world. In spring, the falls just awaken. The winter ice finally melts and that incredible roar of the water comes back to life. The whole mountainside around it just bursts with these vibrant new leaves, creating this perfect, fresh green frame around the white cascade. It's a total rebirth of sound and color. Then summer hits and the energy just cranks up. The greens get deeper, more lush, and the waterfall is at its absolute most powerful. The air is filled with this cool, refreshing spray that dances in the sun, and you can often see these beautiful rainbows forming in the mist. It's just a raw, awe-inspiring display of natural power. But for many, autumn is when Fukuroda Falls becomes a true masterpiece. The entire valley is just set on fire, with the fiery reds, oranges, and yellows of maple and momiji trees. This explosion of color against the pure white water and dark rock is simply breathtaking. It feels less like a landscape and more like a work of art that nature painted itself. The poet Saigyo was so inspired by this exact view that he wrote the poem you see right here. He compares the scene to a divine princess weaving this incredible fabric, a brocade, out of flowers and maple leaves. I mean, what a perfect way to describe a living work of art. And then there's winter, and with it comes the most dramatic transformation of all. When the cold gets severe enough, the roaring giant just stops. It falls completely silent. The entire cascade can freeze solid, becoming this magnificent ice sculpture they call hyobaku, or icefall. It's like time itself just stands still, creating this scene of solemn, silent beauty. Now, a complete freeze-over like that is actually a really rare event these days. The last time it happened was back in 2012. And get this, it was such a huge deal that it drew in ice climbers who came to actually scale the frozen face of the waterfall. That just tells you how incredibly solid this powerful cascade can become. So with this kind of ever-changing, incredible beauty, it's no surprise that Fukuroda Falls has become way more than just a scenic spot. For centuries, it's been this profound source of inspiration, weaving itself into the very fabric of Japanese culture. And this legacy, it stretches across centuries. It all started with poets like Saigyo back in the Heian period. Later, during the Edo period, you had powerful Tokugawa lords making pilgrimages here just to see it and write their own poems. Fast forward to 1927, it gets formally named one of Japan's best scenic spots. And then, in 2015, it got one of the nation's highest honors, designated a national place of scenic beauty. That is a huge deal. So, how do people actually experience this historic natural wonder today? Well, the site has evolved to give visitors a really incredible multi-layered journey. The way you approach the falls today is an adventure in itself. You start by walking through this long tunnel that's been cut directly through the mountain, which really builds the anticipation. Then, all of a sudden, you emerge at the first viewing deck, and bam, you're right at the base of the falls. You can feel the spray, hear that incredible roar, but that's not all. You then take an elevator up to a higher deck, and that's where you get the final reveal. The waterfall's full four-tiered glory laid out right in front of you. And the experience doesn't even end when the sun goes down. At certain times of the year, the falls host a light-up event they call Daigo Light. The waterfall is illuminated against the night sky, creating this mystical, almost otherworldly spectacle of light and shadow. It completely transforms the view yet again. It all comes back to that poet's wisdom, doesn't it? Fukuroda Falls isn't just one place. It's a rebirth in spring, a show of force in summer, a living masterpiece in autumn, and a silent giant in winter. Which leaves us with a final thought. If its beauty's never the same twice, have you truly seen it until you've seen all its faces? Thanks for watching.